Keep an eye on those lines, make sure the knots don't start slipping. How's that looking?
You're good.
Okay, let's rotate it. I just come on up here. One guy down there, one guy up here, and we should be able to go up. Going up. Try to get it right on the aluminum hatch back there if you can. Yeah, that way don't scratch up the fiberglass. Okay, got our hole chopped in our deck here. Kind of interesting, you can see the balsa core. Got this aluminum pad we're putting down here. And then we're gonna take the generator that's under the tarp there. It's starting to snow out now. Super annoying. Kind of get this thing mounted. These plates, the old generator mounts here, I don't like how much it is in the middle because I'd rather have all the space over to one side, so I'm gonna mount it like that. There'll be room to squeeze by, be able to get at some of our fittings. One step at a time. There's a little cutout. Got so this is a heat sink, so I'm gonna mount this, I'm gonna cut it out, and then I'm gonna mount it on the back of the boat. So the exhaust, so what I have is a 2-inch through hole for the exhaust for that generator, a through hole fitting, and I'm putting a stainless cap. I got a stainless cap that's gonna be on the end of the through hole, and then I'm gonna have a 1-inch pipe going through here, and I know 1 inch is small, but that's what comes out of the generator. Need enough room between the walls of the through hole. That way it has like a heat shield before it goes through the back of the boat, and then this should help draw away heat so it shouldn't get too hot. It probably will be fine without this, but don't want to burn down my boat. Gonna do whatever I can do to not burn down my boat, and I think this will be a little extra precaution and should work good. Dark out, still pretty early. We got our generator bolted down last night. We're gonna put up some tarps, build a little shelter to keep the snow off and get some heat in there, dry it up so we can lay up our fiberglass work. Got a fiberglass guy showing up. I can actually do my own fiberglass work, but I hate doing fiberglass work. Winter Wonderland. A lot of boats here. Pretty cool spot though. Drilling out this, drilled. Now we're cutting the shore power selector switch for, it's not really switching between shore, it's switching between generators because we have our 30 kW and then the 6 kW. Gonna mount this in there. Put this over by the inverter down in the engine room. Show you that. That's right down here. Got our exhaust off. Right here. So we're gonna mount that box. That's our inverter. And that's our 30 kW, and so that's got a line that comes into here off of its panel. And currently we have a selector switch right here And so I'm gonna pull a cable out, put it into here instead. Got that done. So now I just need a Romex connectors in here, or BX connectors, whatever you want to call them, and put 3 in there, good to go. All wired up, not super beautiful, but nice and safe and done right. Not too shabby. All you electricians out there are gonna be judging me. It's temporary. It's just temporary. Cut it out like a pumpkin, so it sets on there and naturally wants to hold its own weight, but then we'll glass it all back in. You can see where we glassed it in last year. It's starting to get pretty thick on the fiberglass. Got that mounted in there. You guys are working on the exhaust still. They've done some drop cloths to help catch some of the soot. Stupid exhaust leak turned my engine room so dirty. Super annoying. Alright, in the lazarette here, working on hooking up this generator fuel system. We teed into the starboard tank with some shut-off valves. Putting on the hose clamps now. That's a Cuber smoocher and waited too long to do that. So, hooking that up next. It's tight in here. Kind of hard to see how tight it is, but there, check this out. Tight. Okay, so if I open up the suction valve here, it's kind of hard to see, but you can actually see the fuel level rising slowly, but which is cool because that means we got a nice little siphon. So if you're changing the filter and nothing else is running on the system, fill up the fuel filter using gravity and siphon it. So I try to put it as low as possible, but we can still put a catch bowl under there to catch any fuel that starts leaking. See how much fuel it's getting. Okay, so now we want to wait for that siphon to fill this up until it's just pretty much overflowing, and then we put the lid on. Redo these. You always want to make sure that there's only one gasket in here. Alright, so sitting here waiting for this to fill up, and it's slowed down, so I was like, oh, well, it's just a little low on the siphon level. I'll just lower it down until it fills up. Right about there, that's where I'm going to stop it. I'm going to go just enough in there where it's up to the rim there. It's kind of hard to see. And a little bit's going to spill out. That's what the oil diapers are there for. But that's what you want, because otherwise you'll get air in your system. And diesel engines hate air. So we're going to tighten this down. Good and tight. Valves are open. We're sealed up. We're mounted. Good to go. Okay, now I gotta squeeze back out of here. There we go. Little 6 kW Genset. Hooked up the fuel. Next is batteries and finish up the exhaust. Okay, got my exhaust hooked up. I just put a P-trap over on that side, so that way water can't get above that first elbow right there. So got that hooked up. Should work good. I'm gonna go ahead and start it here. Feel a little bit of vibration through the deck. Still super quiet though. You can hear it running, but it's quiet. Heck a lot quieter than our big Genset. Okay, we'll switch over. Oh, there it goes. As soon as I stopped recording it, switched over. So we are running on generator now. I have the deck lights on, and I got these space heaters on. And I really put a load on this generator. So it looks like exhaust, but it's actually just moisture. Just kind of like when you fire up a cold car. You see it evaporating. There we go. It's a little chilly out. So you'll see a little bit of exhaust. Not bad though. Running clean now. It's been well, I don't know, good 15-20 minutes. Just letting it get hot. So I'm gonna go grab my multimeter and run some tests, make sure we're getting the right voltage and stuff. I don't have to adjust the voltage regulator. Super quiet. Super quiet. It's running right now. Can barely hear it.